Yogg Druid, and Temple Warrior. So as we see, coming into the first game finally, Brohnan piloting that Miracle Rogue we were talking about, and Tolaria throwing in his Zoo to start off Game 1, quarterfinal number 1 between Brohnan and Tolaria. Looking at the hand here, I mean, this is
a pretty good start.
Interesting to go with the Voidwalker here. What we usually try to do early in the game is, you know, get out the Flame Imp, ask the questions.
Miracle Rogue, which is an absolutely enormous advantage.
Yeah, it's a pretty big large combo, especially with the Rogue needing to use the coin for combo pieces on the SI Agent and other cards, especially with the Gaddison Auctioneer. Can draw a lot of cards, get some deadly combos.
Coin SI onto the Juggler.
Yeah. I really like this. I mean, looking at Brohan's hand, he doesn't really have anything too powerful to start off with on 2 mana.
And there's another Imp Gang boss in the hand of Tolaria.
Yeah, one of them Imp Gang boss are definitely going down.
So there's the Imp Gang boss. Voidwalker to phase as expected. And action over to Brohnan.
Welcome. We have more guests here.
Would you ever consider playing Thanos and eviscerating this Imp Gang boss?
I mean, it is an idea, but I don't think you want to waste too many resources 3 turns into the game. If you play the Flame Imp earlier and you save the Voidwalker, now that Voidwalker is protecting...
In essence, he played Flame Imp when it was not the best card.
Yeah, I mean, like, now your cards that you want to play on turn 1 and 2.
Play Thanos, that's what he's hovering over, yes. And there's an Eviscerate.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other play. Brohan's obviously looking for a Fan of Knives here. That's the deadliest card when you're piloting a Miracle Rogue against a Zoo lock. The 2 Fan of Knives in the top half of your deck to basically even stand a chance in this matchup.
And another Forbidden Ritual in the hand of Tolaria.
And a Forbidden Ritual, depending on what he...
Oh, see.
Can't be played right now, but will be played next turn. I would have liked to see it out earlier.
And as you said, there's the Flame Imp. Everything else goes to face. And turn 5 for the Miracle Rogue. He does have an Azure Drake in hand. Probably would expect to see that cycle.
Looks like that's what he is going to do. What? I'd imagine he's going to clear the 3-2 here.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Tolaria picking up, and then I clear off the 5-4. Am I going to get punished by the 2 mana sap?
And so therefore he taps, he draws an Abusive Sergeant. That will enable an easier clear on this Tomb Pillager.
Yeah, he's probably going to Abusive Sergeant the 2-1 Imp on the right side. That way he can clear the Tomb Pillager. And then, well, either way, this is good. It can either go on either of the minions, but you also want to be mindful of where your minions are and what's going to die off first.
And turn 6 Auctioneer with a coin in hand and Conceal as well for Brohnan on the Miracle Rogue.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see that play instantly come out. Picks up an Edwin. Not too bad. Conceal is going to draw 1 more, which is going to be the Cold Blood.
Oh, and he's going to prep. Or is he?
I think he's thinking of prep sapping, or perhaps prep into a Cold Blood.
Indeed, he saps the 3-1.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I guess Brohnan is trying to like stop as much damage as he can right now, but it's looking pretty grim for him. I'm thinking, interesting going with the Flame Imp here. It's definitely, if he's going to tap, he should do it now. If not, he should just play the Sea Giant, which we do see. It should go in between. Interesting sequencing, but I don't really see a world in which Tolaria loses this game. So he's going to start with Shiv, and then he's going to go to the Cold Blood. Cold Blood the Auctioneer.
Oh, he's going to clear off the Flame Imp first.
This guy's toast.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he does have to pick up some more cards off this Gaddison.
Yes.
Cold Blood. He might even need to clear off the Sea Giant.
Probably will trade that Sea Giant, or the Auctioneer into the Sea Giant. Backstab on the Direwolf Alpha. There's another
backstab on the Abusive Sergeant.
There's actually 2 backstabs on. Yes. Prep. Still cycling. There is an Eviscerate.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need to see this this Gagason go into the Sea Giant. It's just too dangerous to leave
He also
up.
picks a Fan of Knives, and with
A little bit too late.
another... Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Brohnan's trying to find a way to get his own lethal. He does have the Leroy. He does have a Cold Blood. Fan of Knives not really too helpful. Azure Drake isn't gonna get played in this game. Probably not even the other Gagason. And so Brohan needs to find something. We're definitely gonna see the Fan of Knives. It's just okay. This turn is gonna be
also sap the
the turn is gonna be Sap the Councilman, Fan of Knives, and then Edwin. And then the 3/3 SI is going to go to face. That just seems like the most optimal play. And this is
exactly
unless Tolaria picks up a charge, that's okay.
That's
4, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But
Not
he does
enough.
Not have mana to do
Yeah, he's only going to have to play one. Interesting going with that.
And
He is committed. He's probably see. It's interesting if you play the Imp Gang boss, it's still gonna get killed by the Edwin Van Cleef, and that's gonna be it for game one.
Yeah,
Brohan's gonna take it, clearing the Imp Gang boss with the Edwin, and then we're gonna see the Leroy and the Cold Blood. SI go to face, and that's gonna be game one to Brohan, piloting the Miracle Rogue. Game one to a victory. Well played. I mean, a little bit upsetting for himself to draw the Fan of Knives so late. Picks it up perfectly in time. Start building up more of a board as the Zoo player, Tolaria, and perhaps pull out the win in that game.
And we see Tolaria going back to the Zoo lock in game 2, while Brohnan has picked his mid-range Hunter to this matchup.
Yeah, this is definitely favored for the Zoo in this matchup. Nothing too out of the ordinary in this Tolaria. The only difference between a Tolaria Zoo and a Brohan Zoo is Brohan is only running 2 Doom Colors as his source of aggro, and Tolaria is running 1 Leroy and 1 Sea Giant. So it's going to be interesting how he chooses to play his tech cards in this matchup. Toad, Animal Companion. If he has to use the bow, he will next turn, but we're probably not going to see... We're going to see the...
Cavalier. The injured Cavalier, right? And take the Voidwalker into the huge Toad if he wishes.
Yeah, the worst outcome here is obviously the Knife Juggle going face. We're going to see... Going to see it on 3-1. He is... I really like this. What most players don't think about, why didn't he kill the 3-1? Well, he's getting the maximum value off of his Voidwalker. So his 1 mana Voidwalker is potentially killing a 1 mana Cavalier and a 2 mana Toad.
Exactly. And he also forces out a bow charge.
See a Knife Juggler, Abusive Sergeant, go face. This is how Zoo wins this game. It's just the Hunter, sort of like the Druid, gets stuck in so many situations. Hunter is a very early game tempo deck, sort of like Tempo Mage. And when you start getting no board going into turn 4 and 5, it's really hard to come back from.
Unfortunately, he also got a Huffer off the Animal Companion, so he has to trade that for the 3-1 Flame, and that does not feel good at all.
Yeah, I mean, the Huffer isn't too bad. I guess Misha would have been the best one there, but especially, again, against this Zoo, you need to keep as much pressure off the board, and Brohan is already on 18 health with no minion presence.
And we actually see 10...
he could tap, which he is going to do. The Villager...
It's sticky. That's an advantage. Oh, but he is going to Abusive Sergeant, his own other Abusive, to get 2 extra damage to face.
Yeah, it's interesting, but what after, depending on what the Hunter does. However, he has no idea if it's in his hand or not.
And oh no!
Obviously,
Alec does not win the joust, unfortunately.
Wow.
A kill command to kill.
Interesting. This really feels bad. But again, I mean, Tolaria is experienced enough to understand that this is just This is heavily favored in his own matchup, and
Brohnan,
Brohnan sad.
he also has played Unleash, around Unleash for the majority of this game.
Yeah,
Will he still
Tolaria
continue to
Tolaria only has to do a little bit more damage. He does have enough mana for Leroy Power Overwhelming, so he would be 3 off lethal. But I really don't mind this at all. Most of the hunters these days, like Savannah is nice, but I don't think he's running the Tundra Rhino. He has to get...
He is... And he clears off the Darkstrike Councilman, and
that's going to be a quick game 2. Tolaria taking game 2 on the back of the Zoolock, takes 7 turns in the process. But once again, you know, saying it, this is heavily favored in the zoo. Heavily favored for the zoo, sorry. And that's going to be it.
And so the series is now tied at 1-1.
Play the Temple Warrior, as we do see. And that way, he's going to have 2 really good matchups, whether he plays the zoo or the hunter. And then he's giving his Yogg Druid 2 chances to close out the match. So this is just the smartest class to pick. And Tolaria obviously seeing that. Brohnan already doing his mulligan. I really like this hand off of Brohnan. Tolaria is going to be a little bit...
Yeah, he's a little short of options right now. He only has, well, basically nothing to play.
Yeah, we're going to see a coin and a King's Zealot come out here from Brohnan. We're going to see the joust. I don't know, it's going to be kind of hard to win this joust. Yeah, this aggro warrior is does have a lot of large minis. I mean, I know that he's thinking. Yes,
there is indeed the double blood ticker.
Yeah, I don't really mind this either. He's gonna double blood the Icar, and he's gonna be able to stabilize after this fire bat. To be honest with you, yeah, it's gonna be the huge toad. The huge toad's gonna be dealt with the 2/2, the fierce desert camel. Tolaria is gonna play the Bloodhoof Brave. And then
we'll see from there.
Absolutely.
Oh, but a deadly shot drawn for the Bloodhoof Brave.
That's not going to be played. Brohan's experienced enough to know exactly what's in this deck. It's going to be saved for the Bloodhoof for something better.
Yep.
You see Whirlwind. Whirlwind isn't gonna. It's not going to be helpful here. Would kind of want the Bloodhoof Brave to come down, kill the 2/1, so that way it might go on the. It might go on the Bloodhoof, giving him a 5/5 on board. That's fine, because the Hunter doesn't really have any ways to do 1 damage outside of the Unleash the Hounds.
And here comes the deadly shot for the Bloodhoof.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You're never gonna waste a deadly shot in something like a Fierce Monkey when you know these powerful cards like the Bloodhoof Brave is gonna come out in the near future. And now, that's okay. Smith's an armor up and a Whirlwind. Telaria's gonna have to pick up something nice off of this slam. Yeah, Dakota
will destroy these armor smith.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what he picks up, Dakota's instantly gonna come down.
But
so good at game.
He's still lacking a turn 6 play somewhat.
Yeah, he's gonna need to pick up Fire War Axe or something right here. Ooh, that's gonna come down. That's gonna come down. He can't just armor up here. He understands. I'd like to see the Flame Juggler come down first, actually, because now if this misses, he's gonna get punished. Never punished, always lucky. So good at game, Brohnan is. So good at game.
Another slam drawn for Tolaria.
This is gonna be okay. This game is not. What did I miss?
Execute drawn for Tolaria.
What did I miss?
Executes the Kodo.
Was it? I'm just bad.
Turn 7. Can't play Call of the Wild yet, Brohnan, unfortunately, so he'll be forced to play the Indra Cavalier.
Rip.
He'll also hold on to the Kill Command. Just Hero Power and sends everything else to face.
This Grommash is gonna kill the 3/2. He's not gonna draw anything else that he's gonna want to play other than that Grom. This Acolyte and Hero Power isn't coming down because it's just gonna get dealt with. Yeah, it's gonna kill the 3/2.
And here comes Call of the Wild.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty feels bad man here from Brohnan. Call of the Wild, all of that is going face. Come on, don't kill that.
Oh,
no,
and he's going to
face
that off.
That's okay. It's the smartest play because he's only top decking and he sees like Brohnan has seen the last couple turns that Tolaria's turns have not been optimal. He's only playing on a couple cards, not picking up his battle rages, not picking up any sort of removal spells. This is just gonna this is gonna spiral. I mean this is how most of these matchups go. Like we saw the last one obviously in favor of Tolaria. We see this one coming into it obviously in favor of Brohnan, the Temple Warrior. Like not picking up any brawls. This is gonna be that's the end.
Kill command into hero power.
That's gonna be game number 3. Brohnan pushing ahead with his mid-range hunter. Yeah, there's just no way that he's not gonna pick that. So once again, Brohnan, a little bit of knowledge on the Sulak. He does not have Leroy and Mulligan the other 3.
Oh, and he actually mulligans everything instead. Hopefully
yeah, I think
trying to get some early removal or early minions as he does.
That's really good. Yeah, he's looking for that Whirlwind, and he's also looking for the Ravaging Ghoul. Picking up these 2 Armor Smiths is going to be quite nice. We're going to see a Coin Armor Smith. Turn 2, we're going to see an Armor Smith. And then he's just going to go from there.
And we see a Crazed Alchemist in the hand of Brohnan. That's a very...
It's really good in many situations. Interesting how he's going to use it here instead of using it on the Bloodhoof Brave that he knows is going to come out. But, I mean, he's going for the tempo plays, Brohnan here. Smith. Tolaria is just taking a couple seconds because he understands it's a little bit unlucky kill on the Armor Smith.
But, again, you're also somewhat happy to see that Armor Smith killed by Crazed Alchemist. It means he doesn't have it for something else more important or more valuable.
Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, this is a big.
See a whirlwind here.
This is gonna get whirlwind, but is it? Oh, that's a huge. Yeah, but I mean, playing as the warrior, the whole point is that everything that's not going phase. I'd like to see a hero power, to be honest with you.
And we see whirlwind.
Yeah, it's just. This is just the best play because he's using minimal resources to take off a lot of damage.
And in-game cross drawn instantly played.
Yeah, that's pretty big top deck there from Brohnan. There's no reason to. I mean, it's interesting. He did just see a whirlwind, so he might have just.
That would leave Brohnan with just a 1/1 imp on the board.
Yeah.
And that is probably what we're going to see.
Yeah, I mean, once again, you got to look at it from the way of the most optimal plays, and that's just there's like. Most of these turns, if you're an experienced player, that stuff like that is just gonna jump out at you right away.
They in essence play themselves.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Imp Gang boss played again. This 1/1's gonna go into the 3/3, just to make sure. Oh, interesting. No. That's okay. I mean, it really doesn't matter if he goes into the 3/3 or face. No, we're gonna see the 3/3 into the 1/1. We're gonna see an Acolyte. Interesting.
And he actually chooses the Blood Taker. This.
Yeah. Into that. Yeah, the 3/3. If he's making that line of play, he's gonna throw the 3/3 into the 2/3. Realizing that he does have a whirlwind, it's okay to flood his board with a little bit of 1/1s right now.
Like also played.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure, bud. For sure.
And he also whirlwinds to clear the imps and to get a card off the acolytes.
I don't know. Yeah,
and he's also going to hold on to the Argent Squadron.
Yeah, like he doesn't mind giving his opponent 2 cards because Brohnan again, you can't put yourself in situations where you're playing scared and trying not to die. You need to win this game, and the Warriors at 26 health on turn 6. You need to start making things happen.
He's also seen 3 whirlwind effects. Oh, and as he said, there is a 4th whirlwind effect.
Yeah, it's gonna instantly come down, and that's gonna ruin Brohan's day. He's gonna play the Argent Squire, and then he's gonna concede.
Indeed, Brohan's going to be very sad.
He's not gonna concede. I'm just kidding, but it's gonna be Brohan's gonna be hard pressed to come back from that. I'd like to see the tap first and then the peddler, but that's okay. Sequencing doesn't really matter. He's gonna be able to have.
So, Sir Finley and Abusive, probably the 2 premier choices.
He's got to pick Finley. No, he
takes the Abusive.
Oh my! I made such a big mistake there. I was thinking Finley because he needs to draw more cards, so he needs to get the Warlock hero power. I'm daydreaming over here.
We all make mistakes, right? And so we see Tolaria here probably going to play Battle Rage first, and then probably play a Fierce Monkey.
Fierce Monkey, and then he's thinking about even slamming this. Probably the Fire War Axe, I guess.
Fire War Axe would probably be preferential, I would believe.
He might be wanting to hide it. Because you also got to think, like, what is he doing this turn? The Ragnaros is going to come down next turn, then it's going to be Malkorok Slam the turn after, and then Varian win. Tap after.
Yeah.
But this power overwhelming is going nowhere but on this Argent Square.
And he actually abusive.
Yeah, because the Doomguard's going to throw away the abusive anyways. Because it discards 2 cards.
Correct, I did not think about that.
Yeah, there's nothing really else that you're gonna see in the next couple turns that you're gonna want to execute. Even if you see a Dark Shadow Councilman, it's gonna be
actually
fine.
attacked the Doomguard with his face.
That was an error.
That had to be a misplay, unfortunately. So that will force the slam onto the abusive.
I don't think that turn is gonna make a big difference. Brohan's gonna need some big cards coming out here.
Especially since we see Tolaria with Varian Rin, Ragnaros, and Malkorok in hand.
Yeah, those are 3 late game cards, and it's coming to late game, and they're just gonna be a game changer here. We've got to see the Possessed Villager, yeah. And then the Forbidden Ritual, and just keep trying. Keep trying.
Well, we have seen most of the Whirlwind effects from Tolaria's deck gone. There's a QuarterFinals lead drawing. He'll probably just play Malkorok, though.
Yeah, Malkorok seems
and
good.
We'll see what that gets him.
Curse Blade.
Oh,
Never.
True Silver Champion.
So, probably, I'd like to see the True Silver into the 2/2 and the 4/4 go face.
And that is exactly what he does.
Because as the warrior, you're in a pretty good spot here. You've already seen 1 power overwhelming. He has no cards left. We're going to see a quick tap. He's going to need to find an Argus here to stay alive. Voidwalker's fine. Voidwalker might buy him 1 more turn, but it's going to be pretty upsetting here for Brohan.
Brohan is living on his last moments in this game.
Yeah, it looks like this might be coming to the end. I really don't see how Tolaria is going to come back. Oh, sorry. Sorry, yeah.
But we do see the Frothing Berserker being cleared off.
I really like. It's interesting. He's going for the like.
He will play Varian, and we'll see what it gets him.
Yeah, he's gonna clear the 1/3, which is 4. Yeah, that's gonna be game for Tolaria.
Indeed.
This is going to be game 5 for sure.
And we'll see a Yogg Druid, a Yogg Token Druid versus the exact same Zulok deck in the deciding game.
Yeah, Brohan's had enough. He knows what's going on. Right into game number 5, semifinal number 1. Brohan against Tolaria. Token Yogg Druid against the Zulok from Brohan. Interesting. I guess we gotta throw the Thors in.
And on the other side, Brohan has gotten a very good mulligan. He's got a Possessed Villager and a Voidwalker.
Yeah, that feels really good. He's gonna have to Raven Idol a spell and look for a. Yeah, he's gonna look for a swipe or something interesting.
And there's Swipe on command.
Ooh,
but do you take Starfall instead?
Interesting choice. You might even,
but
he's going for the swipe. It's interesting because some of the Zeus cards some of the Zeus cards has 2 health, but I mean swipe's like 1 mana less, and I don't know. It's okay. Either one in the long run. Yeah. Long story short, it's very nice to have that
AoE removal.
Yeah, it's very nice to even see a swipe or a Starfall in this matchup.
He actually is also running a Mulch in his deck.
Dude, or should I Mire Keeper and Crystal? I think he's gonna Mire.
He's going to take the minion. Oh no, he actually takes the ramp instead.
Takes the ramp, which is fine. He's gonna want to Nourish next turn probably. He doesn't want to throw down the swipe until he sees the Darkstrider, or at least some 1/1s come out. Which we do obviously see it come down.
Do you trade away your... No, he goes fix instead.
That's fine. The Zoo is gonna do enough damage in this game. Yeah, we see Tolaria visibly a little bit thinking here. If you guys didn't know, our players are sitting right across from each other. They can see each other's reactions. Straight into the game. Thinking about mulching?
He will mulch.
Is he marching the Darkshire?
No,
Oh,
he is
no.
mulching the Imp Gang boss.
That's fine. I really don't mind that because he's gonna have the swipe. 4 is turning out into like a 4, 7, 8. Like it's gonna get
just going to get
too
immense
much value. Yeah,
It's
too
like,
much value.
Not sure what the mulch gave Brohnan. It looks like a Cavalier Raider.
Crazed Alchemist, or what is
It
the?
looks like a Cavalier Raider.
It is. Yeah, this is one of those big turns. We can see Tolaria sitting back, thinking about it.
And there's the Nourish for the draw. Picks up Wrath.
That's huge.
On.
That Wrath is
And
huge. Although we do
leads off
see,
with the Living Roots onto the Darkshot
you
Councilman.
could just play the Wrath too. It's fine. Yeah, this is
then
gonna end up being a crazy game. Crazy game.
Yeah.
Such big plays.
It's also played quite a few spells already, so that Yogg is.
Cavalry Raider's the 3/3.
Yeah, that looks like it's a 5/5. That's yes.
Inspire gain 2/2.
Yes.
There we go.
Plays the Imp Gang boss.
Cenarius. I don't really think Cenarius needs to trade. He just needs to generate 2 taunts because it just stops things from going face, which is what he needs as the Druid player in this matchup.
But as you alluded to earlier, this Imp Gang boss might start doing some work.
Yeah, I guess, but like that was the optimal play on that particular turn.
As we see an abusive to take out the other taunts.
Tolaria's feeling good here. He's getting some swipe value.
Finally.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Cavalier Raider.
Okay,
no.
this is gonna be okay.
This has to be the swipe.
Yes. Yeah, you could do the Violet Teacher and the Hero Power. Yeah, I don't really mind this. Because otherwise, you might be leaving like one of the little guys for a power overwhelming into your Ancient of War, and then that just feels real bad.
And you also don't really want to leave this Cavalier Raider up to start snowballing, perhaps.
Oh yeah, this is. I said this
This is
as
much
soon as
better.
as soon as the Innervate and the Yogg came. This is gonna make things very interesting.
He's hovering over the Doomguard. Doesn't drop anything interesting.
Yeah,
Kills the Teacher. Does not want to deal with all those 1/1s.
absolutely.
And a Druid of Claw picked up for Tolaria.
Innervate, Ancient of War. Sorry, Ancient of War in defense mode. For all of you guys who played Yu-Gi-Oh, we're gonna see the Innervate. We're gonna see the Taunt form from the Druid of the Claw.
Interesting. That would put out a lot of taunts and a lot of HP for Brohnan to get through. And right now, his hand is not very good at bursting through things.
Yeah, this just went massively in Tolaria's favor. I dare say that's probably game over.
Peddler picked up. Not too helpful, unfortunately.
He needs corruption. Doesn't pick
Does
it up.
not pick it up.
He needs to pick the Mortal Coil.
Mortal Coil kills Cenarius. Let's see what he draws.
He's gonna need a power overwhelming.
And Argus.
Power overwhelming. He's gonna need to Dark Peddler and again find PO or corruption.
And he finds a corruption.
Finds the corruption. That's exactly what he needed. Corruption that. So now he can save. See, he had a couple options. He could Craze Alchemist. The
D46?
No, Crazed because you need to get the 5/10 off board earlier.
Okay.
That's gonna be it. He's putting down another Ancient of War.
There's-
I have this thing where I start calling the game way too early, but
But it is
it
difficult.
is gonna be
we see an uprooted.
extremely.
We actually see the second Ancient of War uprooted for the 10 attack.
That is a big pants play from Tolaria.
Clearly,
We say he's got some big pants.
yes, indeed, he is
He's
taking
got his
some
big
very
boy
big
pants
risks.
on. Crazed
Crazed
Alchemist.
to
Wow.
reduce the damage. Oh
That
boy,
feels-
that's
Tolaria sitting back in his chair, throwing a smile. Brohnan looks just dazed right now. He was looking so good earlier, and this is just looking
terrible. For him.
dismal
It
right
is
now.
terrible for
And
him.
a big
Power of
thing,
the world.
it's a 5/10, but it no longer has taunt, so Brohnan can go past it.
But we also see Power of the Wild. That is a very big board to deal with for Brohnan.
It's not over yet, but it looks dismal.
We might
Very
even just
dismal.
see the YOLO Yogg next turn.
I don't. What? No, the game's over unless. Okay, that's really good. He could have
can
stayed. He
double
could have.
Argus.
Yeah, he could have stayed alive with one Argus, but now picking up the second Argus was his out. He needs to go the 3/3 into that, and then face with all of the other ones.
And we will probably see Yoxeron play to attempt to clear this at least.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
The faces of the players.
He's going to clear.
I don't think he's going.
He's going to innervate Yoxeron.
He's gonna.
Let's
he's
see
gonna
what Yogg does.
Yogg, you're no big boy pants.
All right, let's.
I just want to watch
Oh,
this.
Power Word Roy, that's a good start.
Oh, that's really nice.
Corbin fight. Not much.
Okay, that's good.
Fork
That's
fighting's
really
very
good. Going good so far. Nobody's dead.
Swipe.
Nobody's
There's a
dead
swipe.
because the end turn button is still there.
Enter the Coliseum. Oh no.
Hex.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
is he gonna hex himself?
He's going to Hex. This one. There's a demon. Oh,
Oh,
Dragon's Breath.
That's gonna be. What?
Oh no.
No, he does have a chance. No, he got something.
Bite,
That's it.
Fight. That is game. The bite will do it. And Tolaria will take the series 3-2. Very entertaining end to the series.
Wow.
Oh, Yoxeron giving
Wow.
Tolaria the win in the game and the set.
What a match.